Hello, my name is Jean Béliveau, and it is the 25th of May, and I have a speech for you. Yes, it's about preserving human balance in a technological society. Yes, well, we are living in an era of extremely rapid transformation. Technology is evolving at a speed never before seen in human history. Digital networks influence our emotions, our relationships, and our perception of the world. Artificial intelligence is progressing rapidly, and every year humanity becomes more connected, yet sometimes more divided. In this context, one essential question uh, emerges. How do we preserve human balance in a technological civilization? Because the future challenge, because the true challenge of the future is not only technological, it is also psychological, social, and deeply human. Today, many people experience anxiety, isolation, anger, frustration, and sometimes a loss of meaning. Social networks constantly create comparisons between individuals. Some people develop an obsession with performance, image, and success. Others experience feelings of failure or exclusion. And when these emotions become uncontrolled, they can sometimes lead to hatred, radicalization, violence, or destructive behavior. A modern society cannot ignore these psychological realities. Technological progress alone is not enough to create a healthy civilization. We must also protect mental health, emotional balance, social stability, and human dignity. I believe one of the great mistakes of the modern world has been separating technological progress uh, from inner human development. We are creating increasingly powerful machines, yet we do not always teach uh, human beings how to manage emotions, how to understand frustration, and how to communicate, or how to live healthy uh, in a hyper connected society. The future will require not only engineers, scientists, and programmers, but also psychologists, educators, philosophers, artists, and specialists in human well being. Because a civilization that rejects human psychology eventually creates division, instability, and sometimes serious crisis. I also believe we must be careful in the way we use technology. Technology can become an extraordinary tool, for education, medicine, communication, and improving quality of life. But it can also amplify dependency, manipulation, misinformation, and psychological isolation. The danger is not artificial intelligence itself. The danger is a society losing its human balance. Today, many people live under constant pressure, pressure to succeed, social pressure, financial pressure, digital pressure, and sometimes permanent psychological stress. Some individuals may then develop jealousy, resentment, or aggressive behavior towards those they perceive as different or more socially successful. But a healthy civilization should not transform human beings into enemies of one another. We must learn to reduce social hatred, dehumanization, and psychological destruction between individuals. This does not mean eliminating freedom. On the contrary, the challenge of future will, uh, the, the challenge of the future will be preserving both security, social stability, and fundamental human freedoms. I do not believe a completely authoritarian society is the solution. But I also do not believe a completely disorganized society can protect its citizens. The future will require balance. Uh, Intelligent safeguards could exist. Access to mental health care, prevention of severe crisis, community support, social mediation, emotional education, and protection of vulnerable individuals. But these measures must always respect human rights, dignity, and individual freedom. A healthy society should help individuals before they reach a psychological breaking point. We must always also protect younger generations. Children and teenagers are growing up in an extremely powerful digital environment. They are exposed to constant comparison, digital conflicts, screen dependency, and an overwhelming amount of information. We must teach them critical thinking, emotional stability, and responsibility. And also the ability to live humanly in a technological world. I also believe future humanitarian organizations will need to integrate human psychology more deeply into their reflections. This is why initiatives such as Alliance Harmonia, Humanitech, and Humanisticus could eventually contribute to this reflection on humanity's future. The goal is not to control human beings, the goal is to preserve dignity, freedom, psychological stability, and the ability to live together peacefully. I believe humanity is entering a decisive period in its history. We must decide whether technology will serve humanity or whether humanity will become dependent on systems that they no longer control. We must choose between division or cooperation, between hatred or dialogue, between dehumanization or consciousness. The future will not be determined only by machines, it will be determined by our ability to remain human despite the power of our creations. I still believe a more balanced future is possible. A future where technology assists without dominating, freedom remains protected, mental health is taken seriously, and humanity remains at the center of civilization. And thank you very much for tonight. Good night to all.